All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I guess a couple of you wrestling fans out there tonight, or afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are, welcome back to Music Village. And something we forgot to mention during the Tuesday night special for the Up Up Down Down Survivor Series tournament, apparently it takes place as of Saturday, November 21st at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, we forgot to mention that part. Yeah, dude, my bad. And speaking of the Survivor Series, folks, I think it's time for us to talk about what we think is going to happen for this year's 34th annual Survivor Series from the Thunderdome in Orlando, Florida. But it's been announced that as of December 11th, they'll be changing arenas over to the Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay, Florida. Man, Florida loves oranges for some strange reason. I don't know why. And back to a serious note, this would be the last time they would use the other arena that they used for the Thunderdome, the Amway Center. So yeah, this is the last pay-per-view they're gonna use this Thunderdome for this year. Shocking. And besides puns that I didn't realize I made, folks, the first match that's gonna take place at the said Survivor Series pay-per-view is gonna be none other than Team Raw of the phenomenal AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, aka the Quilted Quick and Picker-Upper, Braun Strowman, and yes, Maestro, we're not gonna go one pay-per-view mention without mentioning that name the way we do, and of course the ultimate bro himself, Matt Riddle, going one-on-one against Team SmackDown's team of Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Metal, Seth Rollins, or CrossFit Jesus, or whatever name he goes by now, and a partner yet to be announced. Now, for those who are wondering out there, this is taking place prior to Friday Night SmackDown, so unfortunately we do not know who they're going to add on the team, but if I were to fathom a guess, if they're smart, they would add Lars Sullivan, because they need somebody to combat the power and speed of Braun Strowman, so who better than Lars Sullivan? If not him, Big E. Because they're going to definitely need them on the Survivor Series team, or Rey Mysterio. Because even though he would be the smallest on the team, he would definitely be somebody who would come up with a strategy to take out the speed and power of Braun Strowman, and especially of Keith Lee. And with that analysis out of the way, folks, who do I think is going to win? Well, if Team Raw can get on the same page, they would be unstoppable. But I got a feeling, just like what happened with Eric Bischoff in control of Monday Night Raw and Theodore Long in control of SmackDown, I'm giving this one to Team SmackDown. Simply because they didn't pick their team right off the bat, and they got the element of surprise if they decide to wait until the Survivor Series to announce their last person. So yeah, definitely giving it to SmackDown to win this one. And I got a feeling it's going to be very embarrassing if Seth Rollins is on yet another losing team for the second year in a row. Wouldn't be good on his record. Anyway, the next team that we have up, or team match that we have up under the traditional Survivor Series rules, is none other than the Women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match, which sees Team Raw of Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, Lacey Evans, and Peyton Royce going one-on-one against Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and two members yet to be announced. Now, the two people who I think is going to join Team SmackDown in some hilarious way is probably going to be, Natalya? And the sad part is, I don't even know who else is on SmackDown who could be a part of this team. Wait, I'm getting word from the Maestro that Chelsea Green debuted last week, so yeah, how about her? Yeah, add her to the Survivor Series team. Because unfortunately, I don't know who else. Unless they add Bayley, and I don't think Bayley's gonna be a team player, which might cost them during that match. So, with that analysis broken down of who may be a part of the team for this year for Team SmackDown, who who do I think is gonna win? Team SmackDown. Now, the reason why in the world I think that's gonna be is because either Nia Jax or Shayna Baszler is gonna break the record and give Lana another table smashing during the Survivor Series match, and the high possibility of Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce not going along with the program, yeah, Team Raw falling apart at the seams is ultimately what I think is going to happen at the Survivor Series, giving Team SmackDown a 2-0 lead as of that match. And the next match to take place at the Survivor Series for this year is going to be none other than the Intercontinental Champion himself and the crafty Sami Zayn going one-on-one against the United States Champion, the almighty himself, Bobby Lashley, in a champion versus champion match. And the reason why in the world this match is going down is, well, because it's the Survivor Series, and since they haven't had a championship match at the Survivor Series in well over, 4 years? 5 almost? Yeah, it's been almost 5 years since the last time they had a championship match of any kind on the Survivor Series. So, who do I think is going to end up winning this match in a champion versus champion prove yourself sort of contest? I'm going to have to give it to Sami Zayn. Now, the reason why I say that, folks, and Maestro laughing over in the corner saying, how in the world Sami Zayn of all people is going to be Bobby Lashley? If you had to saw what happened between Sami Zayn and Apollo Crews, where Apollo Crews tried to use his brawn, Sami Zayn used his brains and actually tied him up against the rope to win the match by any means necessary. So this is a case of cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry, or any other those little chase shows that you would see, more or less along the lines of the Roadrunner and the Coyote. So Sami Zayn most likely is going to do something slick, something stupid, to piss off Bobby Lashley for everybody on Raw to suffer for the next couple of weeks from what he did to Bobby Lashley at this pay-per-view. Also, that and plus Sami Zayn has a little bit of revenge to get after that Elimination Chamber match that he had against Bobby Lashley a couple of years back. You know, the one where he suplexed him and Sami Zayn ended up getting hurt and he never got his revenge for that? Yeah, looks like it's payback time. And the next match to take place on this said card for the Survivor Series would see none other than the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston going one-on-one against the Street Profits of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. And with the fact that they had to exchange championship belts, and also the fact that they've called each other the best tag teams of the division, even though the tag team division is slowly, evaporating away like water in the Sahara Desert, who do I think is going to end up winning this match? With two of possibly the best tag teams that they have to offer in the WWE since the Usos, I don't know what's going on with them, Heavy Machinery that broke up, and the only tag teams left on the main roster is, hodgepodge tag teams? It's getting ridiculous. But nevertheless, back to who I think is going to win, the New Day. Really do think they're going to end up winning this match, because if they were able to out-hurt the Hurt Business and keep those tag team championships back in the camp of the New Day, yeah, they're going home with the win. And I don't mean because of all of the vignettes that was happening backstage, but yeah, they're definitely going home with the win, and possibly one of the matches of the night, in my opinion. And the next match to take place at the Survivor Series for this year would see none other than Asuka going one-on-one against Sasha Banks. And after Sasha Banks would defend her SmackDown Women's Championship successfully, and now sees her sights not only on Carmella on SmackDown, but also against the Empress of Tomorrow, who do I think is going to end up winning this match? Well, since Asuka has never been beaten by Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks now on all cylinders, even though she has Carmella in her rearview mirror, I'm still giving it to Asuka. Yep, Asuka's gonna win this, bar none. Because nobody is ready for Asuka. Period. And moving on to the next match, which most likely will be the main event of the evening, which will see none other than the Scottish Terminator and brand new WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre, going one-on-one against the Tribal Chief and Universal Studios of Orlando, Florida's champion himself, Roman Reigns, in a champion versus champion match. And the only reason this match is going down is because Randy Orton, who had to defend his championship thanks to, I guess, WWE management and I guess Adam Pearce, would lose the WWE Championship in grand fashion in less than 3 weeks. Which, makes me wonder, why in the world did they make Randy Orton WWE Champion heading into the Survivor Series only for everybody to have a target on his back and for him to lose the belt prior to the Survivor Series? It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. And to make things worse, that makes him a transitional champion. And I do believe only 2 of his championship reigns he's held the belt longer than 3 months. That's sad. That is real sad. But besides Randy Orton's championship record and Drew McIntyre's eyes focus on trying to knock the Tribal Chief off the top of this pedestal he put himself on, who do I think is going to end up winning this match? Well, I'm gonna unfortunately have to give it to Roman Reigns. Now, there's several reasons why in the world I'm gonna say Roman Reigns is gonna win this match. One, the fact that I got a feeling Jey Uso is gonna somehow interfere in this match, or Randy Orton, or even The Miz, in some form of crazy chicanery that is most likely gonna happen to cost Drew McIntyre either this match or his championship at the Survivor Series. And if it does happen, this would be the second time in history at the Survivor Series that a Money in the Bank cash-in will happen? Because the last time it did happen is when Roman Reigns got hit with an RKO and then Sheamus magically walked home with the championship thanks to Triple H and company after he won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Legitimately, not from a match, thanks to a crooked lawyer and a crooked judge and a crooked mile that Otis had to walk to hold on to that briefcase, never to cash it in. Truly sad. But hey, anything can happen in the world of the WWE, especially at the Survivor Series. So we here at Music Village would like to say the same thing we would say at every single prediction that we said since the dawn of time since we started doing this, is good luck, don't get hurt, and put on one hell of a show that none of us will ever forget. Because, hey, with most people's Thanksgivings being canceled around here, we need some form of entertainment, so I'm hoping on this. And with that said, folks, I think it's time for us to head back into that music once again, and when we return, we'll be back with more Afternoon Delight as Music Village rolls on right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.